So question of the day here is WTF. And you're going, yeah, WTF. Coach, we just came off of 6 weeks of learning, changing, working on stuff, and a lot of great stuff going on, and you made some great strides, but WTF? Where's the fun? Yes, that's the question. Where's the fun? And really seriously, I'm saying this kind of jokingly, but you've put some effort in, and I know if you've been following along and you've done the last 6 weeks and you've done it diligently, there's been a lot of work in there. There's been a lot of fun and growth too, and I'm sure we've had some fun with it. But you might say, well, I've made some massive change. I'm taking care of my body. I'm sleeping better. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. If you had those bad habits. I'm not eating bad. I'm exercising. I'm getting up earlier. I'm planning. I'm doing all this stuff. And it might feel a little bit like work. You may be right. Absolutely you're going to enjoy this stuff. You're going to have more energy, make everything fun. But you might say, well, I need a break from all the working on it stuff, and I want to have some fun. So I'm going to ask you, WTF? What is the fun? Where is the fun? What the fun? However you want to term it. What kind of fun you're going to have is going to really determine what your nourishment and your backlash is going to be on the fun. If you go all week long and you're really eating clean and all of a sudden fun is to go out and get drunk on Friday night and, eat French fries and pizza and lay around all day Saturday and eat a bunch of food to counteract all that alcohol in your gut and everything else and, not do any activity, and maybe Sunday you get up, have a big breakfast, have a big family dinner, then on Monday morning you're dragging ass going, all right, gotta hit the gym, gotta make up for what I did, gotta get on this week again. Are you really making progress? So, my question here for you would be, what is the best fun that's going to fit your new lifestyle? Good question. Well, it's Father's Day, so I'm going to keep this short because I'm going to get back with my family and do some Father's Day kind of stuff. Not being selfish here or anything, but I do want to have a little family time today, and I have, and it's been great. But talking about that fun, I'm like, okay, this is fun to me. I love to reach out and do cool stuff for you guys and do these videos, but I also want to have some different kind of fun today. So Jen surprised me this morning. We went rock climbing at Aguirre here in Longwood. It's an indoor rock climbing center. Absolutely phenomenal. Had a great time. It was an amazing surprise. And that was fun. Now, I could have gotten up and laid around all day and had a mimosa and gone out and had brunch and had some Bloody Marys with it and tried to claim that was fun. Well, maybe for a little bit until you get the backlash of it. But I went for a run too. Did my own little run thing and, got rained on and etc. But we got a big race coming up. So we got a couple of big races coming up to do. So we're getting in train mode here. But the key to it is finding that fun stuff. I love the rock climbing today. I wouldn't have thought of that myself, and I've been there years ago. I haven't been to this facility in a long time. But she surprised me with it, and it was something cool, and it was something fun, and it's something that matches our lifestyle. So rather than, going and doing something, totally horrendous to the body or something that doesn't match what we like to do, it was something exciting and different and fun. I didn't go there going, I'm going to get in a good workout climbing walls. After the fact, I know it, and using muscles that maybe we don't use in our everyday workouts. We're going to know this tomorrow. But it was just fun, but it was also conducive. You follow where I'm going here. As you change, as you transform, some of the old shit isn't going to be fun anymore. Think about eating. You do really good all week, you're really clean, and, maybe it's still a little nudie and something like that, and you're going, oh, I've had plenty of celery and plenty of hummus, and, I've been juicing, and, gosh, I think I really want to have that Zag meal now. All right, so think of something fun, but, maybe you love chicken wings like I do, being an ex-Buffalonian, or always a Buffalonian at heart. I love chicken wings. But, you might not want to go to the cheesiest, greasy, nastiest chicken wing place. Maybe there's a place that you can find that uses, hormone-free chicken. You can find a place that, actually uses coconut oil to fry it in or bake them and uses organic ingredients. And still, it's chicken and there's still a fat content there that's not exactly your best fat. So maybe you only have 8 to 10 wings instead of 20 or 25. But you take them up a notch and you go, yum, I enjoyed the hell out of this. And not only have you had that zag meal that you keep satiated so that you don't go off the wagon and say, oh, if I can ever eat another damn chicken wing or this or that or whatever, I can't stick to this lifestyle, not diet, but lifestyle. So, but you take it up a notch to match your current lifestyle. People tell me all the time, oh, I love potato chips. All right, well, we do these sweet potato chips in the oven, organic sweet potatoes, do them in coconut, we put a little coconut oil on the actual potato slices themselves, bake them at a lower heat so you don't murder all of the nutrient of the potato, and with a little bit of sea salt on it. Oh my God, delicious. You get that crunch if you cook them long enough or if you want them a little softer, but regardless, you get that crunch and that flavor and that yum, and you feel like you're kind of doing something bad, and you're really not. You're eating something very nutritious. So here's where the fun is. It's in finding the fun stuff that matches your current blueprint of your lifestyle and doesn't take away from it. There's one of the biggest things I pick on, and obviously alcohol is a bad one, because there really is no upside to drinking. Yeah, it could be fun, to have a few drinks once in a while, get silly with your friends. I'm not Mr. Stiff Neck here, but the whole commenting, I'm getting comments popping up on something else, but the whole content and the whole concept here is, how do you do that same fun, and do it? So what if you really do cut way back? Maybe you do drink more than you should for your body and your health, and just about any alcohol is more than you should, but the occasional drink, unless you've got a situation or, a situation where you should not ever have a drink. But, the average person, if you have a drink, every few months or something, or a glass of wine with dinner, it's not going to derail your whole life. So what could you do in a situation like that? You do go, you're on vacation, and you're like, okay, I'm on a 7-day vacation. This one night with dinner, I would like a glass of wine, or I would like a margarita. And you sit there and go, okay, I don't have an alcohol problem, so it's, if you do, don't touch it. But, if that's the case, how do you still enjoy that but in your lifestyle? Well, when we were over in St. Petersburg, we experienced something really cool. It was this tequila bar. It was a little Mexican restaurant on the beach, but they boasted organic tequila. And just, using this, and I'm not advocating using alcohol, but it was like, you know what, we're going to try one of these. We're on vacation. To have one drink should be okay. So this organic margarita had organic tequila, fresh squeezed organic lime, no base filler, and a little bit of agave. And that's it. Well, a little bit of salt. I'm sorry, some sea salt on it. That's it. No fillers, no added sugar, nothing non-organic. And we had one of those. Oh my God. It tasted like something. It actually tasted good. Didn't give you instant heartburn. And, one of those was okay. Too many would have been, again, would have ruined the next day. You'd feel like crud. You'd probably eat worse, etc., to cover it up. But that was like, okay, even that, okay, it was a margarita, but it wasn't nearly as bad as something you would have gone into the, the commercial bars and they'd have poured this, filler garbage in it and all this low-grade crap. It was actually something that was the best quality in the given situation. And yeah, it was fun. Wouldn't do it all the time, wouldn't recommend it all the time, but just to give you an idea of, hey, if you did get that point where, you know what, I do want to have a margarita, or I do want to have a wine. All right, if you're going to have a glass of wine on a rare occasion, get something that's organic. Simple. And don't drink the whole damn bottle. Have one glass. So this is where I'm going with matching your current blueprint for your lifestyle. And if you've done the last 6 weeks with me and you've really gone through this health one, you have a new blueprint for your health and wellness lifestyle. So match it. And you might say, hey, coach, I get this rock climbing and wall climbing and running through mud and that, but you know what? That's not me. That's not what I enjoy. I enjoy poetry. I enjoy listening to poetry by myself, and that's my little escape. Okay, great. Now, maybe the old version of that was listening to poetry and drinking tea with a bunch of sugar in it and eating bonbons and cookies and sitting and not doing anything and reading this poetry. Great. Maybe it makes you feel good though, and I'm not against that. Hey, I like Edgar Allan Poe. It's good poetry, good shit. Some people like a little more flowery poetry. I don't care, but if that is your, hey, that's my zone out, and you might be saying, we're going really extreme here, and I'm doing this for an extreme example. What if, you're more active now, you're eating cleaner, and you still want your poetry time? What if you got some poetry, audio poetry, get yourself some AirPods, go out in the woods or somewhere, wherever you're on the beach, go for a walk where you're listening to this, and really just like you did before, focus on that, what it's giving you, that relaxation or that mental nourishment, whatever that poetry is giving you. And instead of having a sweet tea, Arizona tea, brew up some homemade tea, some organic tea, or brew up some hibiscus tea and put a little bit of honey in there if you want it a little bit sweeter, and drink that, and maybe have a healthy snack, some raw cherries or something like that, as you're going and maybe walking through nature listening to your poetry. Now, does that match your new blueprint a lot better if you've gotten more active and you've started eating cleaner? Something tells me changing from the sugary Arizona tea, or worse yet, the fake sugar versions of the sugar-free toxic tea, to a very healthy tea. Getting up off the couch and moving while you're listening to your poetry, getting out in the fresh air, do you think that might be a little more nourishing for your body? And having a healthy snack that still might be sweet. You might say, well, cherries are still sweet and they have a sugar content. Yeah, they're a whole hell of a lot better than the cookie cuckoo bonbons that you may have eaten before. You with me on this? Whether you're climbing up the side of a steep wall and in that, or running through the woods, or walking down the beach listening to poetry, or meditating outside instead of maybe meditating inside. Whatever it is, taking it up a notch to match your new improved blueprint. What do you think of that? That's all I really have to come to you today with, and we're going to keep this short. We're going to keep the live short this week, kind of in a celebration of what you've just done. But I do want to ask you, WTF? What's the fun? How are you going to do that? And one last thing. I know doing a one last thing. One last thing. That's cute. One last thing about the fun. When it comes to this whole Monday motivation, I realize we're coming off of health segments, but we're going to get into a lot of different stuff again down the road. What is the fun portion? Is that not the pleasure, the pull? We've got enough of the push and the pain to what we want to drive us, but would the fun be the thing that'll drive you or pull you forward? See, that's the key. The fun is usually the forward motion. That's usually the pull, the pleasure. You see where this is all fitting together? All right, on that note, have an amazing day. This is Coach Lou saying live with energy, passion, always live your dream. Lots of love. It's Father's Day. I'm going home, leaving the studio. I'm going to produce the balance of this from home. Have an amazing Father's Day if you're a dad. If you're not a dad, you obviously had one. So if you have your dad, make sure he knows you love him today. If you don't, go back and have a good memory. Because that is the one thing I was thinking today while I was out on my run. Dad didn't seem to be much fun because he had the passion for business like we do. And that was his fun. And I never understood it as a kid. I wanted to go fishing. I wanted to do fun stuff. Well, Dad wasn't, I was the last kid to come along. He was quite a bit older. His idea of fun did not match my idea of fun. His idea of fun was business and, normal guy stuff, but not really the kind of stuff that I find fun now. But I do find business fun too, and that I got from Dad. So appreciate whatever you got from Dad or whatever you created in this life, because you didn't get that from Dad, or you did get something that was not the greatest role model from Dad, but you turned it into something else. Just remember, it is Father's Day. Appreciate your dad, because I'll tell you one thing for sure, whether you got along, get along, whether he's here or not, he loves you or loved you. So if you don't believe that, or you're having one of those moments where you're going, I hit head to head with my dad, take it from a dad. And all you kids, whether you're, whichever ones you are, whether you're the ones I've adopted along the way or you're the ones that are biologically mine, the dad's love for you is always there, and the dad will always have your back. So if you're going, you had some tough times over the years connecting or communicating or understanding where your dad came from, always understand that dads love their kids, whether they're close, far, whether they're here, whether they've passed on. So remember that. Live with energy, passion, always live your dream. I am signing off because I will not shut up, and I will continue to talk because it's my passion to help you grow. Have an awesome day. Coach Lou signing off.